Hello guys, welcome to our third episode of this series. Today, as our guest, we have Rtr.Sejal and Rtr.Mugdha with us. Both of them are final year students in MBBS. And again, each and every episode, if you watch, my first question to my guest are ki, how is clinical life treating you so far?
So
I
far it was
mean,
good. Okay, who goes first?
you go.
Okay, so far it was good, but I think final year has made it a bit hectic. So yeah, finding my way through it.
Great. What about you, Steven?
I mean, finally, like we are getting to attend clinical postings with teachers and residents, paying attention to us finally. So it feels
Yeah.
really great that finally they are acknowledging us and like we are getting to see some good cases, learn about a lot of stuff. Yes, final year is just like it's like a whole another level, and definitely we everyone needs to see how it proceeds in the future.
The fact that you mentioned ki the teachers have now finally started paying attention to us, I related to so much. I'm in third year right now, but I used to enthusiastically go for second year ka posting, and no, not a single person used to pay attention to us. And now I'm in third year. There's a sudden shift कि like they are focusing कि तुमको हिस्ट्री में नहीं आनी चाहिए. You should know how to take a case, present it every day. And I'm like, damn. And now that's why it's hitting me, the clinical aspect of MBBS. That's why I keep on asking everyone, how is clinical life treating you?
I
Great.
think
Are you
we also might have grown a bit wiser by the years.
yeah. Uh, are vacations on for both of you guys? I mean, this is like
Finally,
official.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
we do have postings.
really?
I mean, we do have. It's upon us to attend, but yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
We also
sad.
have, but
Oh, really? Like final year people have postings in the vacations as well.
I mean, officially only the lectures are cancelled. Everyone has to attend postings, not just
Okay.
final year. But usually no one doesn't. I hope my college professors don't see it. But yeah, we don't.
Great. So are you guys back to your hometown?
I'm
Nice.
actually a localite, so I live like in my house only. I attend college through my hometown
Hey, damn,
I envy you.
that's a nice segue
only.
actually. Like I'm not really even in last podcast we had a conversation, but both of them were localites. But now here we have both the aspects of having a localite and a hostelite as well. Go ahead, guys. Like whatever you can talk about it.
I mean, you literally get ghar ka khana and a
I
stable
mean, I don't
electricity
eat
and
that
water
much,
supply.
but yeah, I find my ways to, get outside, chill with my friends. I think which you do 24 by 7, I might say. But
No, 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 no. We have hostel restrictions. I mean, the rules are
yeah.
very, very strict. 10 p.m. is our in time. And like after that, if you come, you need very special permissions.
Okay, so that holds true for the household also. Okay, I have a curfew after 11 p.m. But I think it's more easier for you to enjoy than us because we need permission every time we go out.
I mean, we also need, it's a very, I think it varies from hostel to hostel. The rules are different for many different people.
The biggest advantage that I have right now is I have the AC at home, which I can definitely use to kill the heat right now.
Please, please don't say that. I really, really miss AC, especially me. Like I hail from Dehradun. I cannot tolerate the humidity and the high temperatures that Mumbai presents to each and every one. It's really, I sometimes wish that, like there is rain every day, there are storms every day. Hopefully, like the weather just cools down a bit.
Yeah, looking forward for the Mumbai ki baris.
It actually rained here like
Truly.
for at least 3 days.
That also when I was going back home.
You missed it.
But how is
No,
it
but I
back in
have AC.
Dehradun?
Now, when I'm back in Dehradun, we aren't having rain here anymore. So when I was in there, we had like these evening showers and like cool temperatures, and like people were actually not using fans. Some people were actually wearing sweaters. It was that. And now I'm back here. Yesterday, the temperature at night was 40.
Oh my God, seriously, in Dehradun?
Even I was shocked, like, what is this happening? The highest temperature that I have seen here is almost like 32 to 34. And it was like a shock.
Okay, both of you mentioned in your hobbies that you like reading books. So, can we go to a point where you come up with a common favorite author? Because I'm a very wrong person to have a conversation about books because I never read one. I'm all about watching series. So, if you guys have any common aspect related to book reading, go ahead.
I mean, I love crime fiction. I love crime fiction. I love mythology related books. Amish Tripathi is my favorite author, along with
Amish
Dan Brown.
Tripathi, I was going to say that.
I mean, like, what is your favorite book from the entire series?
I'd say Sita. What's yours?
I Sita used to be my favorite book, but like then I read the Secrets of Meluha, the entire Shiva trilogy,
Yeah,
and I was mesmerized, truly mesmerized by the
that's true.
creativity and the thinking. Like you cannot expect Indian mythological tales to be, woven in such a beautiful fashion. I mean, they were better than all the Greek and Roman mythologies that are really quoted here and there.
That's true. The Shiva trilogy remains a classic. I even like Devdutt
And
Patnaik's some of the books. Have you watched his podcast and episodes that come on Epic or some
Uh,
channel? I don't
I
remember.
remember, I remember there was this channel known as Epic,
Yeah,
uh,
Epic.
and I used to watch his series, and I was like, it was such an in-depth conversation about how Indian mythology has developed over the centuries, like how different aspects have been lost and added, so many different interpretations. I mean, it was so good.
Yeah, I mean, Indian mythology does give us to interpret it in different ways. And like not just our point of view, but it's also the characters that are involved in those epic sagas, right? I mean, if you see it from the point of view of like Draupadi, the Mahabharata feels so different. And to put it out there, I mean, it takes, guts to, firstly think of something like that and then just present it in a way that is understandable to the common people. I mean, it's really good to watch Devdutt Patnaik's shows for that.
Exactly. I love his simple explanations about everything. I mean, even someone who doesn't have any interest will like start having interest in the topic. Does anyone watch anime here, by the way?
No chance.
Yes. Yes.
Finally.
Yeah. I mean, we can literally have a separate segment on anime. It's just us simping on anime characters, being mad about the plots of different series. Just to give a to update for the audiences who might be watching anime, to have a small segment between Sejal and me. I have started watching Haikyuu. I've actually completed it. Okay, saying I was on season 4, episode 24, and I am filled with emotions, and I can't even wait for 31st May. I mean, think about them who have already watched it like months or years before me, and the excitement that they contend for a new animated episode or any series of kind. Because I think many people have watched it are saying ki releasing a movie is not actually making justice to the manga. I mean, it's a lot, and then they are compressing it to a single movie.
I mean, it was really disappointing as a fan because Battle of Dumps is something that I think personally I have been waiting for since a long time. I have read the manga and I really wanted to see it broken down into series and just visualize everything. And I really don't think that this is such a crucial part of the entire series and it should be made into a movie. Definitely, I would have preferred a 25 episode series over anything.
Same. But I think we should wait for the movie to release as well. I mean, you never know. What if they release a series also on Netflix? And Demon Slayer does that. They release a movie out of which only the new part is just one single episode, and the rest entire thing is like recap of the previous season. So they might do that too. You never know. Anyways, including Mugdha again in this conversation, let her not feel left out. You're also someone who likes to travel, right? You mentioned like traveling and
Yeah.
adventure. So does it stem from that hobby of yours, like visiting the places through your books?
Now that you have asked this question, I really don't know which hobby followed the previous one. Like, I think it's traveling that inspired me to read about the places, since I wouldn't want to be just a passenger princess and go to places and people telling me what is here. Instead, I would want to be the person who will tell others, हाँ इधर ये हुआ था करके. So yeah, that helps me to read before I travel. But yeah, traveling might be the main hobby that I have.
What all places have you been to? Like, do you have a list as a so far or a future bucket list?
List so far would be like in India, travel to the north, the south, the west. I have to travel to the east, especially the northeast. And in countries, I have been to France and I have been to Switzerland. So next on my bucket list is Thailand, which I think I'll be able to visit in next few weeks. But yeah, I think dream destination would still be to watch the Northern Lights, and I envy those people who could watch it recently. I mean, that was just super
Same.
phenomenal, right? Like, who would imagine that there'll be such a miraculous phenomena in like thousands of years, and anyone anywhere in Europe and USA could watch it? I'm like, why I don't live there?
I would also recommend, visit Holland once, like especially Amsterdam and the neighboring area. It's really beautiful and peaceful.
Yeah, the entire of Europe is very beautiful, has a lot of history, has a lot of, beautiful landscapes. So I'll try to cover it as much as I can. And basically would definitely try to, do some solo kind of trip, which includes trekking. Do you like trekking, by the way? You're from Dehradun. You must be doing a lot of trekking there.
I am the
No?
exact opposite. Like, even my friends tell me, like, you are the exact opposite of our expectations. Like, everyone actually thinks that here, like, everyone likes trekking and all that stuff. But, like, yeah, it's okay. But it's not like, it's very ingrained that we love trekking. Like usually everyone says तुम लोग तो पहाड़ पे रहती है तो रोज ऊपर नीचे करती होगी. I'm like, no, this is a misconception.
If I were at your place, I would have definitely done that.
Are you a mountain
I mean,
person, Munda?
Yeah, but I equally like beaches, so cannot classify
Okay,
myself as one.
nice. Sejal, you're
What
saying
about
something.
you?
Oh, I'm a beach person. No,
same.
traveling ke kashta. Just let me relax, man.
I mean, both are equally peaceful, but it's
See, a fellow traveler
complete.
would say that. A fellow lazy person would be like beach. So Sejal, I have even seen myself that you are such a amazing speaker on stage. You also mentioned that you were a part of a symposium team and have participated in many debates as well. So was it a childhood hobby thing कि like you used to speak on stage बचपन से ही and now you are this confident speaker now that you are? Tell us more about it.
I mean, first of all, thank you for acknowledging me. But yeah, like if I tell you, many people think that, but like I was the quietest child of my family. Like, uh, in the words of my aunt, like how she sees me now and what she saw before, तुम्हारी पहले आवाज भी नहीं निकलती थी, अब तुम थोड़ा बोल रही हो. So I think definitely was like I used to be a very shy person. But I think there was a point in my life, like I was in a school. My primary school was till class fifth, and then I changed schools to this like big, huge school out there, and like I got a lot of opportunities, and like I just saw that how my peers were performing as such, and like I knew that I had the caliber. Like I was great at writing. Sorry, I'm not blowing my trumpet, but like writing was something that I enjoyed a lot. And I know that like I can put my words that I have written into spoken language as well. I went for Hindi debating as well. Went for elocution. I was part of the quiz club as well and all. And I think my whole school like changed the way I think, I behave, and like it made me grow into a person that I am today.
Nice. You mentioned that you are a good writer, that you have the ability to put your thoughts into written words. Is that something which inspired you to apply for editorials BOD in your last tenure?
Yeah, I think like so basically Rotaract Club of Medicrew was something that I was really passionate about when I was in first year, but I couldn't join because like I apparently like lacked the competition because I was new to the entire city, I was new to everything. I didn't have a medical background or any friends in that. So I was like just trying to, settle in everything. And like I really liked how Rotaract Club of Medicrew has these opportunities to, like help everyone to just show their potential and growth. And like, yeah, I know that I'm good in writing, and like I think that was a stepping stone for me to join Rotaract Club ka board of directors. And editorials was something that I was really passionate about. I felt that, I never thought that medical students could like, have such opportunities of, putting their views and writing and all. Because when we come in here as students, we all see the clinical aspect, like, case discussions and all that stuff. And we really miss out things like writing and all. And I felt that if I join Medicrew as a beauty for editorials, I feel like I would able to give time to something that I'm really passionate about. So I think that was a great motivator.
Great, great, great. Mugdha, what was your motivation to become a BOD in Human Resources and Development this year?
Basically, I was a member in my first year, and in the second year, I was the institutional ambassador for my college. So, like HRD का थोड़ा idea I got from the position of institutional ambassador. Basically, since my school days, I wasn't a person who would be the the leader, the captain of some house or the head girl or something. I thought that might be one of the qualities that is lacking in me per se. But I thought, why not give myself a chance to be a leader, like explore what I have within myself. I mean, I it turned out to be what it is supposed to, what I supposed it to be. But definitely, I think I found something which was hidden in myself. So, handling, a team of 50, 60 people of institutional ambassadors, the regional heads and state directors for the West Zone, and looking after a bunch of projects, and basically leading a group of people for a person who did not count herself even to be a class monitor. So that is something that I really enjoyed through my journey. And HRD gave me this perspective of, looking at myself in a different way. I could be the one who could lead people. And I think that is something that I found and, even polished it a bit as a talent. So I'll be always grateful for RC Medicrew and the HRD team especially to make me the kind of person that I have become right now.
Great, super.
Also,
So
I would like to add one more thing. Like, Mugdha has conducted the highest number of projects that any HRD BOD has conducted this year. And like, as a joint sec, whenever I'm like just filling in reports, it's like by Mugdha, 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 Mugdha. I'm like, girl, you're doing such a wonderful job. And like, your journey here, your growth here has been phenomenal.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot to, hear it from the peers. I even got these compliments at the OCV meeting that we had.
actually, the idea of podcast stemmed from the OCV day itself. I saw each and every core member, each and every BOD talking so passionately about the events and projects that they have conducted. And I felt like I need to sit with them, have a talk about their own personal life as well and their journey in RC Medical as well. I felt like this needs to go out. I mean, it shouldn't remain to OCV and the people present there. It should go out to each and every member of our Rotaract Club to see, to hear, to listen. Key what all projects have been conducted, and it's not some fancy things or like some great qualified. It's like people like you and me, like a common medical student who has some passion, who has some ideas and want to execute them. And Rotaract Club of Medicrew gives them that platform, and such great events happen through it. So that's all the motivation behind me for conducting this podcast series was. And now that you have mentioned, Caesar, that Mugdha had conducted so many events, my question again to Mugdha would be, was there a specific event or a project? It doesn't have to be one single. You can list as many as you want, which are like close to your heart, which you feel like, hey, this is the event that I created. It had so much impact.
The one project that is close to my heart is the project called Niramay. So it was a rural health checkup camp, and we contacted the village authorities, the sarpanch, and they helped us to set up the health checkup camp, and it was conducted in accordance with the World Responsible Youth Week that we celebrated. So there were also a few other small events included in it, which included like the dustbin distribution for beautification and sanitation of the environment, and stationery distribution for the school children, and a small sports day kind of event. So it was basically like a multifocal event, and we had like a huge team of 15 to 16 volunteers. And they were almost all of them were final year MBBS students. So we went to the village, and it was the community of village is around 2,000 people. But at the at the day of the event, 250 plus people showed up, and it was huge. I mean, the camp that I have attended myself, none of them had this much of participation, and we did not anticipate that we would get these many people, at the day of event. Like present in reality. So that was something which gave an amazing opportunity to all the volunteers out there. They got to communicate basically with the villagers, which was something they found very unique. Like whenever we go to our postings, we know the reality. There are only a few people who are interested in talking to the patients, taking the history. But when you are the responsible person out there, taking the history, doing the checkup, and then counseling the patient about whatever you found through the checkup, it's something which gives you that confidence as a medical student, I think. So it was something that was really appreciated by all the volunteers and by the villagers as well. So that's the health camp which remains very close to my heart.
So Sejal, apart from being a joint psych this year, which is the second year in your Medicrew tenure, I guess, you were also a BOD for a newly founded unit, which is Medical Students for Choice. So tell us about your journey in this unit. What all projects have you done, and what all goals and aims you had, whether you had accomplished them in your tenure so far. Because I've seen through social media so many events, so many great interviews, so many great videos and podcasts have been published on Instagram already. So tell me about the unit and the work that you have done in it.
I mean, like, first, I would like to tell people about what Medical Students for Choice is. Because many people don't know it, because although it being a global organization, it is mostly concentrated in the US. So basically, Medical Students for Choice unit mostly focuses on female reproductive rights and especially safe abortion rights. So that is something that we have been advocating. I think this was something that was very important to be established in an Indian situation where the female uh, diaspora is very ignored in this field, because like I think even if you all see, like, whenever even in school time, whenever we talk about anything related to reproduction and all, it was told in a very hush hush manner. And this is the reality of urban India. So think about what rural India stands, like where it stands. So what our goal this tenure was to, like, at least spread some basic amount of awareness about this topic in medical students as well as the general public. So that is what our goal was. But I think eventually on the way, we felt that medical students for choice shouldn't only stand for female reproductive rights. It should also, cover other topics as well, because choice isn't only limited to like reproductive rights. It is limited to a lot of things in healthcare. It's related to hygiene that you follow every day. It's related to what preventive health measures you are taking every day. So we wanted to like cover these topics as well towards the end. So like I think one of our major achievements this year, which is something that is very close to my heart, is basically Project Haathon Ka Sankalp, which was a hand hygiene awareness event in Thane and Mumbai region, where we engaged almost 79 volunteers who like spread awareness about what hand hygiene is to almost 1,000 plus beneficiaries. And what's the best thing
Wow.
about this is like this was spread across the entire age group spectrum, like from kids to elderlies. And like, it was not only the upper strata of the society as many people might think, but we tried to, engage all kinds of people in this so that we could actually educate people about like basic hand hygiene, which we should follow, because after COVID, I think we all have seen a plummet in our hygiene practices as a whole. And if it's like, even if in a country of 1 billion people, at least 100 million like follow such practices, I mean, truly, it can be a huge difference for our healthcare burden. And like something that I would like to mention about this was that it was being conducted by Bhumi and Volunteer for India under their program known as Warship, which was like 100 different teams across India were conducting 100 projects. And our project was found to be the most impact creating, like the most sustainable impact creating across India, and for which we also got an award for in the award ceremony. We also got an award for the most innovative program as well. So I feel like this is something huge that we have achieved. Also, it's not technically entirely related to female reproductive rights, but we feel that somewhere we have made a difference, because following our post uh, counseling sessions, post awareness sessions, we found that some impact has been created. And I know it's a very small impact, but we feel that if we tell today's generation about its importance, then definitely in the future they will tell others about its importance. So, like, yeah, I feel that this was something that happened very close to our heart, and it was definitely impossible without the entire team there.
Great, great, great. So I think we'll wrap it up here. Thank you so much, guys, for being the guest on this episode. You guys were great. I had a lot of fun conversation, and I believe our audience did have fun while listening to us. And some of us would have got really inspired for actually joining this Rotaract Club of Medicrew. Thank you so much again. Thanks a lot, and thank you for bearing with the internet connection as well. Really, really, thank you so much, guys. And for our audience to listen to more such episodes, stay tuned for our next episode on the YouTube channel as well. Thank you. Bye bye.